and happy birthday to us. 9 years ago, after carrying this baby for so long, it was 9 years ago that I had, excuse me, technical thing, that I went to the attorney and signed the paperwork to make us an official company. But I had by then already done work inwardly in getting the formulas ready and some of the basics of what we're all about. Yeah. So we have a interactive system here. I look over to my left, but it's going to be your right. I'm pretty sure it's your right. Right. There's a chat box, so you're welcome to ask what you'd like to learn about Diamond and Gemstone Therapy, and I'll do my best to give you an answer. Lately, we've been focusing on the systems of the body, and you know what the systems are. They're the digestive system. We use that every day. Every time you eat something, you're engaging your digestive system, your sensory system. Looking at the video, you're engaging that system. You're breathing, right? So you're engaging your respiratory system. You're alive. Your heart's pumping, so you're engaging your circulatory system, and so forth. And we've recognized 20 different systems. Not all of them are acknowledged by Western medicine or Eastern, but energetically, there's a couple that in the Gemstone Therapy Institute we certainly recognize. So there's those, and it's kind of interesting because when you think about the systems, and I mentioned breathing, heartbeat, eating, stuff like that, it's very physical, and the systems make sense from a physical standpoint. But my work necessarily includes the part of us that lies beyond the physical. And the reason that's important is because that's where the gemstones work. The gemstone energies, yeah, they affect our physical body, but more importantly, they're also working, you might say, in the energy field around us, in the emotional area, our memories, our mind, our intuition. Many of us call that the spiritual aspect of ourselves, energetic aspect. Those systems have a lot to do with that also. And what I love about the gemstones is that they help us to unite that, all the systems, how they manifest at all levels of us, so that our health can be inclusive. Our physical, emotions, memory, mind, intuition. Because that's all of us. We need all of it. Yeah. So I might be looking off the side every once in a while to see if you have any questions. Okay, so what else can I say about the systems? So how about some examples? Okay. Digestive system. That's more than just obtaining nutrients. It's about assimilating those nutrients. That's what it's really all about. You can eat as much as you want, but unless your body is able to bring those nutrients in and use them, that's what the digestive system is about. So energetically, your ability to assimilate emotions, your emotions, others' emotions, the ones that you don't want, letting go of, not assimilating, only taking in those ones that are nourishing to you. Same thing with memories. What memories are truly going to be helpful to you and nourishing to you, and then which ones aren't. Thoughts, which thoughts are nourishing and which ones aren't. So that's one way to look at the digestive system. Now, the lymphatic system, that's one that's less well known, but it just popped into my head, so I'll say it. Lymphatic system has to do with, it has a cleansing process, bringing the fluid in between the cells and all the maybe wastes and unnecessary proteins and hormones and so forth, takes them out of that area, returns them to the blood so the blood can reuse them, or then the body can help let go of them. Lymph system in the physical body has a lot to do with helping the immune system. Energetically, the lymphatic system is all about purification. So even though the lymphatic system does several things, I mean, it also helps with fat metabolism. I can't think of the other thing off the top of my head, but it's interesting that that particular system has physical functions that don't necessarily replicate in our subtle bodies. And that makes sense to me because in the physical world, we have certain physical needs that need to be met, physical processes that don't exist emotionally or mentally, just because those are non-physical aspects of ourselves. So if you look at the essential function of the system, it makes sense. So with the lymphatic system, it has to do with purification. And so that purification does occur physically, and it does occur emotionally, it does occur in the memory and in the mind too, helping to purify our emotions, memories, and thoughts. When a healthy lymphatic system will keep our vibrations high enough that we can sidestep a lot of things that we don't need. Working with the gemstone, I'm actually wearing it. Maybe that's why I thought of the lymphatic system. This is white beryl turquoise. This is quite a large one. I'm very blessed to be able to wear this one. The white beryl brings the white light specifically to that lymphatic system, which then helps to uplift our vibrations, purification aspect, and we can handle our emotions better or other people's emotions better, so that the ones that are weighing us down can just pass away. They get stored, or they can be just released. So if there's any systems in particular that you're interested in, go ahead and make a comment and I can address them. Let's see. So how did I get interested in the systems? I got interested, actually it was quite a few years ago, around 2012 was when I began writing the level 2 gemstone therapy training curriculum. There's the level 1, maybe you've heard of our Gemstone Therapy 101 class. It's a beginner's class. I actually have a live class in this September if you're interested in coming. It's going to be a small class, so you're going to get lots of one-on-one instruction. You're welcome to come. We have a few seats left. And what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So I wrote that level 1 curriculum, and then it was time to work with the level 2. And our level 2 curriculum includes in-depth work with specific target areas of the body. Say a client comes in with shoulder or stomach or certain parts of the body that they want to address. That's the target area protocol. That's a level 2 protocol. Systems protocol is another one. So this was how to work with systems as a whole. Because what we find is that if you look at how the body is organized, you have the atoms, molecules, and cells and organs. Then you have the systems. And beyond the systems, you have the whole body, whole physical, emotional, memory, mental bodies, and then you have the whole being. And these systems are kind of in the middle. They're kind of like a bridge between what you can see or sense with the, as you can see, the whole body, and what you really can't see, the cells, molecules, atoms. And what was also curious is that any kind of upliftment that's given to the system level tends to be felt more so than if work is done at the cellular level. Work is done in one of the subtle bodies, the emotional, causal, or mental body. So I found that very interesting. And in recognizing that, I realized, okay, so there are protocols for working with the systems. So let's develop that. And that turned into our systems protocol in level 2. By the way, level 2 training also includes color rays and chakra protocols and belief renewal, how to work with life issues. We call that the condition placement. There's only 8 things, but boy, they're hard to list sometimes. Gemstone therapy for relationships is another one. Advanced energy clearing at levels of manifestation, that's another one. Students who complete our level 1 curriculum are able to graduate as associate gemstone therapy practitioners, and those who complete the level 2 training can graduate as full gemstone therapy practitioners. Though the training continues from there, we have a growing, developing curricula in how to do the remote gemstone therapy and advanced procedures. So this is a lot more than what I offer is a lot more than gemstone therapy certification in a weekend. I take it very seriously because I know the power of the gemstones. Yeah. Oh. Okay, see, we do have a question here. You found in your gem therapy work that there's a system or systems that tend to need more support or has a tendency to hold on to impurities or unwanted energies. That's probably going to be individual, that every individual may have a certain collection of systems that they get involved in a certain maybe issue that you want. And your gemstone therapy practitioner can help you find out what those are. But it's going to be different for everyone. And you have to understand also that all systems are engaged, or just about all of them, in our well-being all the time. And at the very beginning, I mentioned while you're watching this video, your sensory system is involved. Your skeletal system is involved. It's holding you up. That includes your muscular system and your fascia system for giving you that support. You're breathing, your blood is circulating, your lymphatic system's working, your nervous system is working, you're taking in information and processing it. Or not. A lot of things are going on at the same time. Your immune system's working, hopefully in the background. Your endocrine system's working. Your pericardium is working. A lot of different things are working. So that's one of the reasons that we came up with our systems approach, because what we found is that one of the most often asked questions is, what gemstone should I wear? We've got so many of them. How do I choose which one is right for me? And we do have an intuitive method of doing that. And that basically involves, first of all, writing down what it is that you would like help with from the stones. What aspect of your life, what issues, conditions. If you have a short list or long list, it's okay. But write it down. That's going to help you to focus just what you need. What happens is that when you have an intention or a goal, all of the energies that are associated with it kind of rise to the surface so that they're more apparent to your attention. So when you would then look through our menu on our site, we have a couple of different menus to look at. You can find which ones kind of light up for you. And if you have the intention, let's say about your career, likely a different set of gemstones are going to come up for you than if you had the intention of, okay, well, I just twisted my ankle. It could be that those gemstones are different. We think so. What I have found is that anything that happens to us happens for us, and that they're all like branches of a tree, and we're the trunk of the tree. So if I have an intention about my career or an intention about a recent sprained ankle, they may be different, but there will be some gemstones I'm attracted to that's going to bridge both of them. If my sprain was just happened yesterday, let's say, very likely the river stone with blue tourmaline is going to come up, because that's the acute flow system. That's the system that helps us to, in a crisis like an injury, get us back to homeostasis and balance as quickly as possible. It may not come up in my desire to get some support in my career. So anyway, you make your intention, you write your list, you look through our menu. We have a menu just of plain gemstones. We have a menu also of our combinations. Like, for example, here is the combination of the white beryl with turquoise for the lymphatic system. So we have that, our designs, and the gem menu will have just the white beryl or just the turquoise. And so then you have a list of the gemstones that you're attracted to. Then you can take our catalog, or start, the catalog is online. You can flip through the catalog, makes it a lot easier. Or you can just go from page to page, and then you have to employ the practical part, the pocketbook part, and you find which ones are going to be affordable, because I think that's an important part of health as well. And then from there, you read the descriptions and decide which one fits you best. So that's one approach. Our new systems approach takes a very different approach. There's no intuition involved. There's no guessing. There's no need for the gems to light up for you. It's simply a matter of, but you do have to start with listing all the things you want to work with. And here I suggest making kind of a long list, but then going through each one that you list and finding, well, what's the system that belongs to it? So if it was a sprained ankle, I might say, well, that's probably the skeletal system. If it had to do with a career, well, that's an interaction with life. That's going to be my chakra system. Chakras have a lot to do with how we interact with life. So let's say there was other things. I would just write down what the system is. Let's say I'm just off the top of my head. Let's say sore back. Skeletal system. Let's see. Toothache. That's also skeletal system. Interesting. Okay. Gee, the wrists have been a little tight lately. That's all skeletal system. And as you write down this list, you might see there's a pattern. And in my example, that pattern is the skeletal system. So being inclined to go to our systems page, which you can access right from our homepage, our menu of the different systems. look at skeletal system. The core 4 gemstones work with the skeletal system by vitalizing, bringing life-giving energy to the skeletal system at all levels, how it provides that structure and shape of us, memory, mentally, our whole self. And then just decide which version of the core 4 would suit best. Which one do you like the most? If a necklace is too much, look at the bracelets. If you look at the bracelets and you think, no, I really like something that I can wear around my neck and truly support my whole being with the way the gemstone energies radiate their energies, the necklaces would be what you'd like to work with. Great. So, recommendation for skeletal support. Oh, wasn't that funny? I think I just made that. I don't know when your comment came in. I didn't see that till right now. And you mentioned skeletal support. Yeah, so look up the core 4. That is a combination of 4 gemstones. We have apatite, indigo, freshwater pearl, and white coral. And the apatite, interestingly, is the chemical composition of apatite is called hydroxyapatite, which is also the chemical composition of the bone. So I think that's fascinating that there's that correlation. Indigo is a stone that helps bring the indigo color ray to the body, and the bones love the indigo color ray. Very nourishing for the bones. The white coral helps bring nourishment to the bones that they need in particular, and the freshwater pearl helps with the joints in between the bones, help them to move as they should. My favorite system, it's hard to say which my favorite system would be because I need all of them. I need all of the systems. And it's kind of interesting because the systems, again, they're more than just physical. They're going to span throughout your energy field. So let's say if you wanted to work with the skeletal system, again, the core 4, then as you work with those stones, it's interesting to see how things kind of shift in your emotional memory and mental life as well. The skeletal system holds its structure. It holds our body up, helps us to be upright. So there's certain support that it allows. And so if you begin noticing, you become more maybe capable, maybe that's not the right word, but emotionally you're able to stand upright. Some people, emotionally, they're kind of like, kind of hiding sometimes too. When we have people who are angry with us a lot or critical in our lives, we can start emotionally becoming very defensive and see what that sort of happens to our structure. But when we are upright and have that inner kind of strength, we can face this without being demeaned or victimized. Stand up for ourselves, emotionally, mentally. And historically, that's the causal. Causal has to do with time and memory, the causal aspect of ourselves. So it's kind of interesting. So if you choose to take the journey of one of these system gemstones, it's going to be doing more than just working with your physical body. Something interesting to watch. Okay, so someone said, a big fan of my videos. Thank you so much. What stone do you suggest to bring good, happy energy to carry around while at work? And it's whatever gemstone makes you feel alive. I am, again, my view of the gemstones is not simplistic. I'm not just going to say rose quartz for your emotions or blue sapphire for your mind. I take this into much greater depth. What makes you happy, what makes you feel joyful, is when you're a more complete person and the energy is moving as it should. And when you wear a gemstone that supports you as an individual, that's going to make you light up, then you're going to feel that inner joy, because that's what happens when the energy is moving and you feel more like yourself. So if you're just starting your pharmacy, then I would really recommend doing one of the techniques that I just mentioned. Okay, so my intention is to feel more joyful when I'm at work. So that must imply also that there are some things going on at work that maybe challenge my ability to be joyful. So then you go to our menu of the gemstones and see which one lights up for you. Because if you're holding that intention, there's going to be certain gemstones that resonate with that intention. Their energies will resonate and you'll sense it in some way. Just write it down. There may be a few of them, and that's okay. Because then you'll let the other side of your mind, the more analytical side, decide, well, this is that much and that's this much, and I really like what this one does more than I like what that one does. And this is also helping something else going on in my life. So you know what? That's the one that's perfect for me. And that would be how you go about it. But I think I'd be doing you a disservice to say which one would help you feel more joyful, because it may be different. There's many people who have more than one gemstone in their pharmacy. And so they've been collecting, and how many people collect is that as they have something come up that they feel they need that energetic support for, they add something else to their personal gemstone pharmacy. And so what happens when they have a few to choose from, okay, so which gemstone will support me today? And for me, it was the white beryl with turquoise. And what else am I reading? Yellow sapphire with white beryl. Yellow sapphire is also a system vitalizing gemstone. We also categorize it as one of the color rate bearing gemstones as well. Carries the yellow color rate. It also supports the digestive system. Key organ of the digestive system is the stomach. I'm patting my stomach. You can't see, it's below the video. Yeah. Giving the old stomach a little love. Also very much involved with the stomach chakra. The yellow color supports the stomach chakra. The stomach chakra very much involved with digestive health as well. A lot of that is because of proximity. Stomach chakra also has a lot to do with our sense of self-worth, self-empowerment, self-identity, who we are. When that identity gets challenged, we can have stomach aches. It can show up in our stomach. At the same time, we have this gut sense of that something is right for us or wrong. So all those things are all connected. That sense of gut, the gut intelligence, the chakra, and the digestion, they all work together. So not surprisingly, the yellow ray can help you feel more confident as a leader in your own right. Not necessarily a leader of people, maybe just a leader of your daily calendar. That's definitely what I'm working on. The out of control calendar. No, yeah, so the yellow sapphire came up for me today. And so sometimes the gems will say, yeah, wear me, wear me. And I won't realize until maybe later, or sometimes I won't know at all why a certain gem has resonated with me at any given day. And sometimes I'll know. Oh, someone's sending love from the Netherlands. Wow, thank you. Thank you. Love back to the Netherlands. It's fantastic. Someone said, how best to clean delicate clusters? Yeah, we had, I don't know if this is the one you're talking about, but recently we had found, let's see if we have anything left. I'm in the cluster room, by the way. Here's one right here. This is an example of a cluster that is not delicate. This guy is good for traveling. It's huge. Very rare to have big crystal points like this, but delicate clusters can have many, many, many tiny little long points, and they can be a little breakable. So what I would suggest is just gently holding them under some gentle running water and just let the water take off the dust. Don't scrub or anything like that because the points can break. If they're really, really delicate, maybe just put the cluster in a bucket of water just to get some of the dust off. And that can work as well. Because the crystals, if you leave the crystals out, they're going to get dusty because everything else gets dusty. It's just the nature of our world. You can also help clear the surrounding of the crystals. Now, usually crystals don't need so much their auras cleansed, but we do have the energy clearing spray for that kind of thing, if you feel that's needed also. But usually it's just the dust that collects on it. Okay, looks like. Okay, so I watch your videos all the time, thank you. What would you suggest for fear and anxiety preventing connection to source and allowing the true self to shine? Oh wow, I love it how you put your intention in there too, because I appreciate that. Because that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's allowing our true self to shine. It's allowing who we are really to just be expressed and not being afraid to express who we are. And fear and anxiety is a big one that can diminish our light. Yeah. Again, it's going to be a similar thing. It's hard to say what, make your list, see what pops out at you. But that being said, anxiety tends to trace back to the nervous system. That has a lot to do with being fed by the purple color ray. When a nervous system has been challenged a lot in life, constant traumas, constant, just challenging things, the nervous system gets depleted. It's not going to have enough purple color ray to meet the next challenge that comes along. And what can happen is that in being depleted, the nervous system is unable to rest. It feels like it always needs to be on. It kind of gets stuck, and that's because it's depleted. It's really interesting. So give that nervous system some food, and it can start normalizing. So I'm going more depth into this because I had a period of my life where post-traumatic stress left me constantly anxious, agoraphobic, I couldn't leave the house without my husband. And I was wearing amethyst with white beryl, and I was wearing also rhodonite with onyx. That's our mountain pose formula. And that helped keep me calm. And it was one of the things that helped me sort out my energies in order to be able to overcome that. But it was a process. It took me a while to heal that. Yeah. Somebody asked, is that a sodalite table behind you? Good observation. Yes, you get the prize for observation. Yes, isn't this gorgeous? I'll lift this up. See a little better. We found this in Tucson, and yeah, I fell in love with it. And so we thought, we're at the Tucson Gem Show. We're probably going to see more of these. So I didn't get it. And I know when you're in Tucson, you see something really special. If you don't get it, it's probably going to be gone. But I'm thinking, I'll find more. I'll get a better deal. Well, I did find more, but they were twice the price. So I get on the phone and I call the vendor. I said, do you still have that table? And he did. And he said, I can't believe we still have this table. It must be meant for you. So yeah, that's the story of the table. Yeah. Actually, there's another story of the table. Because I got that table, I had to get it shipped to Connecticut. And because there was a minimum shipping quantity, the amount that I paid to ship that, I could also ship other crystals that I had found too. So that turned out to be a win-win. I was able to get some other things shipped without giving a fortune to the post office. So that was nice. Thank you from Brisbane, Australia. Oh my goodness. Hi, Australia. Super. I am planning, I haven't announced this yet. Okay, this is hot off the press. I'm planning to be in Australia in March of 2019. So if you're interested in, I'm not going to be doing a whole lot there, but something. So if you're interested, just email our customer service and let them know you're interested in getting a notice about my Australia and New Zealand events. So maybe I'll get to meet you. Let's see here. Recommendations for healing from extreme aromatic sensitivity. All right, so aromas. That's going to be probably a lot to do with the sensory system. And it's really interesting when, and I see this all the time, when there's a depletion, body overreacts. So, and it could be other things besides the sensory system. That's just, since you said the sense of smell, of aroma sensitivity, I just naturally went to that, but it could be some other things as well. It would be curious if you wrote a list of the other things that bother you, find the system that goes with it, and see if there's a pattern there. Yeah, it'd be very interesting. That can give you a clue to what's going on underneath the sensory manifestation. Very interesting how that works. Because as I said, we're like trees. We can have a lot of different symptoms, a lot of things going on, but it's the tree trunk that's us. And that's what, if you support the tree trunk, then all the little branches get supported too, no matter what they are. What I find with customers and clients who have extreme sensitivity, they'll first say, oh, give me the tiniest, smallest little necklace that you have. Because I'm sensitive, I'll feel it. And big gems might be too much. And then they realize that sometimes it's the big gemstones that have that greater earth quality that gives them that grounding that they need. Yeah. So the gemstones help us to heal our relationship with the earth, because that's where they come from the earth. I've got some right here. I was looking at right here, that's why I'm looking down here. These gemstones, they come from the earth. They help us reconnect with the earth. And the earth is where we get so much nourishment. We get this energetic nourishment that comes up when we sleep. It should. Comes up from the ground into our bodies, up through the root chakra, and into our bodies while we sleep, ideally. And at any time during the day, if we feel a need, don't forget you've got this Mother Earth who wants to nourish you. This earth, I think she takes her mothering very seriously. She really wants to give us that nourishment. So one visualization that you can do is go back to that tree, and you don't only have branches, you have roots. So extend those roots into the earth. Let them just grow and grow and grow, and ask that they grow into those resources within the planet that have the nourishment you need. And so then that nourishment can come into your body. When we wear the gemstones, it's like instant connection. You're getting that nourishment, and it's going directly into your field. It's going directly into your body. That's the blessing of the sphere form. The gemstone energy is radiated in all directions, outward and into us as well. Yeah. That wasn't too loud. Okay, so a question regarding my work ethic. Sure, I'll take it. Do you see people looking for sessions on a regular basis? Yeah. If so, is there a limit that you can do in a day? Does it affect your own energy or drain it and wear it down? Okay, so me personally, I have very few individual sessions that I give. And I do them because I think it's a real gift and an honor to be able to work with someone individually. And also I learn from it. It's a way that I practice what I preach, you could say. But the reason I'm here is not to work one-on-one with people. It's to teach others to work one-on-one. And so in that way, I can help this work spread more. So what my practitioners have told me is that usually it's about 3 a day. That's kind of enough. I believe, though, that if someone's going to be developing a remote practice, they could probably do 4 or 5, maybe even 6. Even a group remote practice, because then you're doing the work pretty much sitting. Whereas when you're working with an actual physical client, there's movement as you move around the body, placing the gems on the body or applying the gemstones in the aura, which is a really powerful thing. So what else is very interesting about the gems is that when you're in a session, and I teach ways to keep your field separate from the client, because I feel that's important ethically and for protection purposes, and also for the client's own sense of sacred space. I think that's very important, that the client feels completely safe and that session space is sacred, and it's a way to honor them. So anyway, the bottom line of what I'm trying to get to is that practitioners often feel very much enlivened after doing the work. Yeah, the body gets tired because you're doing things and interacting, but it's also an enlivening sense. I know I feel that way. And I've heard other gemstone therapy practitioners feel that way too. Oh, thank you. Most relaxing people in the world. Oh, thank you. Hello from Canada. Hey, Canada. We have quite an international crowd. That's awesome. What's a really good oil to put on a pillow for a peaceful sleep? I don't know. I don't work with oils. I can't tell you. What would you recommend for a sleep pattern that has been erratic for years? Nearly 5 a.m. in Brisbane, so you know, okay, so you're up way early. Or I hope you're not staying up that late. So if you're looking to normalize a sleep pattern, you gotta kind of think of why is it that you're not sleeping? Is it because your energies are all up here, you're thinking and so forth? And so what gemstones can bring your energies down? That might have to do with the living river, which is blue-green fluorite, carnelian, and citrine. That's a real good one for bringing energies down. Grounding gemstones, like the agate citrine or the ruby onyx, helps to settle the energies. Is it because you're just kind of out of sync with your circadian rhythm? Is that why? I might then look for, no pun intended, we have gemstones, a formula called rhythm, and that's primarily red spinel with rose quartz and also pink spinel. So that might be appropriate if you're not sleeping, but also you have other arrhythmic things going on in your life. Yeah, nothing really comes to mind. Oh, because that rhythm necklace is also supportive of the muscular system. If that's a system of your body that you're really interested in vitalizing, I send you in that direction. If it's an inner sense of kind of anxiousness, I might suggest, well, take a look at amethyst with the white beryl. That might be something to consider. So it's a lot of different things. Or are you awake because you can't help thinking, you can't stop thinking about the past or worrying about the future? Or maybe something like the opalite golden beryl might help you feel more centered in the here and now. Okay? So as you see, I'm not about one stone for one thing. I like to look more deeply. What's really going on? Because that's where you're going to get the best results. A couple other questions here. Not slept yet. Oh my goodness. Oh, no. No, I have not seen Steven Universe. No, but I'll take a look at that. Thank you. Thank you. That looks interesting. Thanks for sharing that. Steven Universe. Nope. Is that on YouTube? For the most part, do you wear jewelry that matches your outfit or stones that might help you, or a little bit of both? I choose the stones first. If I don't pick out what I'm gonna wear the night before, I have a very hard time figuring out what I'm gonna wear in the morning. And the night before, I never know what gemstones my body's gonna want in the morning. So what I wear and the gemstones I wear are two completely different sets of decisions. So if there's a match, it's a complete coincidence. Yeah, very rarely if I'm going out in a public situation, I might think a little more carefully if there's a relationship. But um, when you see me on YouTube, usually I don't. It's just okay. I think any gemstone matches anything. So there. That's my feeling. Cartoon Network. Oh really? That'd be fun. Oh, it's been bad since you gave up smoking. Oh, interesting. So what that sort of clicks in my brain, since it was something that happened in the past, to work with, try working with the here and now. And it can be as simple as, okay, just here and now. I'm here right now. I'm here right now. Right now, I'm here. I'm here right now. And just repeat that to yourself. That's a very easy way to help reconcile things that have happened in the past or worries about the future, and just be right here, right now. Um, from the gemstone world, something to help you with that is opalite with golden beryl. It's a very affordable piece. So take a look at that one. Oh, you're welcome. Absolutely. Um, I have heard of ASMR, and I understand there's quite a few people from that community who watch my videos. I get comments from them. Apparently, I help people sleep. I hope it's not because I'm boring. Oh well. Yeah. And my intention though is sharing the work of the gemstones. I would like to see the mineral kingdom as honored and respected as the herbal kingdom, as a resource for healing. And I think it's no coincidence that the gemstone work is coming forward at a time when our energy body, our energy field, is becoming more and more bombarded by all kinds of electromagnetic radiation. So, if for no other reason, wearing stones is going to help us to become more resilient to that, because it's going to help us be stronger. They're going to help us, the gems are going to help us to have a better relationship with the earth, which is going to help us get nutrition, energetic earth nutrients, I guess, that we need, um, apart from the food and air and so forth. I think that's not a coincidence. It's all happening at the same time, and it's the perfect time for it. Okay, we're coming on to the home stretch. Okay, so I am an ASMR fan too. It was a bonus to find that with you. Oh, great. Okay. I'm glad you did that. Okay, so we have so many international people. If you're there, just I'd be really curious if you could just type in where you're from. I'm really curious to see where everybody is watching in from. And just type in your state or your country. I'd be really curious. Looks like there's a little delay. Oh my goodness, France? Bonjour. Wow, we do have an international crowd. Great. And also, any last minute questions? Iowa. Hello, Iowa. Okay, so let's see if there's anything else. We are in the middle of doing individual videos on the systems, and I've been finding that it's an opportunity for me to kind of reveal some of my humorous side. Like, yeah, I'm really serious about the work, but so I hope you enjoy the, the cats in my videos. The later ones, the earlier ones, I thought, well, gee, they're a little too serious. So I thought about being a little more creative. We try a lot of different things. Sometimes it sticks, sometimes it doesn't. And the feedback you give us is heard. So thank you. Kazakhstan. Oh my goodness. Central Asia. How do you find the right one gemstone as a present for a very close friend? Oh, that's very sweet of you. I would think about my friend, and with that spirit of love and wanting to be of service and giving a gift, with that in mind, take a look at what gemstones are on the menus on our site. But I'm really glad you asked that question. And here's why. Because we don't want to have the intention of, okay, well, what gemstone will heal my friend? I know my friend is having such and such a problem. What gemstones will heal her? Don't do that. I'm going to be blunt. Because that's going to involve you in her karma. It's overstepping the ethical threshold, the threshold of ethics. And when you're working with energies, that threshold is kind of hard to distinguish, especially if you're new at it. But if you come from that place of love, I have this friend, I love this friend, she loves gemstones. What can I give her as a gift? And there's nothing else in my mind. I don't want to change her. That's all. What's the gift? And then see what gemstone comes up. Yeah, that's the way I would do it. Is this something I can do on myself? Absolutely. Self-therapy is really key to learning to work with other people. So a lot of our beginning gemstone class, and I'm going to plug this again, sorry, the one in September 2018, right here in Connecticut, is working with yourself. Because as you become stronger and clearer and more comfortable with the gemstones, you're going to radiate that. And others will be attracted to that. And that's how you're going to build your clientele also, just because you're living it. Where are the best places to get gemstones? Well, I invite you to, I say this with all humbleness, I invite you to look at the Gem Formulas website. There are other places to find gemstones. What we do is we are very careful with hydrating. When we get the stones, we find them, we clean them, we hydrate them, we rejuvenate them. A lot of gemstones have been traveling a long time to get to our vendors. We have vendors in New York that have offices all over the world, and so the travel to get here can sometimes be draining on the gemstones. So we take a lot of care to make sure they're fully vitalized, and then we sort them to make sure that just the ones that have the best therapeutic value are included in the necklace. That's what we do. We take very much care in combining the symbiotic stone with the primary gemstone. The symbiotic is the partner stone, and that has a very specific purpose to strengthen, vitalize, and catalyze the work of the primary gemstone. So we pay a lot of attention to that too. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. Oh, you're welcome. I've been favoring clear quartz. Is that okay? Or am I limiting myself to other stones' benefits? Okay, so the clear quartz, we like to use the sphere form of the gemstone because that's how that crystal is going to be able to radiate its energies throughout our field, and that's how you're going to get the best effect, is with the rounded. This is a rondelle, but anything rounded, all right? What we find is that quartz has this ability to help balance the yin and the yang. Now that's a Chinese medicine concept, but simply stated, it's all about balance. The balance in your body, the parts of you that are resting, the parts of you that are in full activity, the energies that move up, the energies that move down, all kinds of balance mechanisms happening in the body. So the clear quartz emphasizes the yang quality, has a lot of heat that it brings in, a lot of particularly dry heat. The frosted quartz has it's quartz with a finish on it that gives it a frosted appearance. That shifts the quartz's energy to represent the yin. And so we have a formula called harmony, of all things, that has the frosted quartz with just a few of the clear quartz, because that clear quartz is so powerful. You only need a few of them to find that yin-yang balance. So take a look at that one. Okay, so we're a little past time. And then just some very kind words here. Thank you for taking the time to answer my questions. I appreciate it. You have such a positive impact on a lot of people here in YouTube land. Well, that was a very kind thing to say. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay, so best wishes on your journey to greater health, everyone, and have a wonderful day. Okay, bye for now. Oh, all right, one more question. Did I acquire all this knowledge about gemstones? How did I? Check out my book, Accepting Destiny. It's on YouTube, Amazon. Tells you my whole story. Is it a constant process? Yes, I am always learning something new. Always, yes. Do I often? Yes, I'm always learning something new. There's so much. They say that the more you know something, the more you realize you need to know. I am there. I'm totally there. Yeah. There's so much to learn. It's a wonderful thing. I'm very excited to learn it and share it. Okay, bye everybody.